Tulsa looks good on you, your one-stop resource for all things Tulsa.
Well, hey there, guys. It's Jenny, and I am so excited for you to get to know Kuma Roberts a little bit better today. So, Kuma, you are in charge of quite a task here. Well, I just would love for you to share who you are and what you get to do here to make Tulsa an even better place.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much. So I'm Kuma Roberts, and I describe myself as a daughter of Tulsa. I'm born and raised here.
Yeah.
I went to, if Tulsa thing, you have to describe where you've been to
Yes,
school.
yes, of course.
So I was Barnard, Carver, Booker T, TU.
Okay.
Which for a lot of people is like, oh yeah, I'm real Tulsa because I've given all of those. So that's how I feel about it.
You're approved.
I'm approved. Thank you so much. My mom and dad met at college. My dad was an immigrant from Liberia. I've just been a part of Tulsa and really learned to love my city by working in the chamber space.
Yeah.
And so I'm here now as the president and CEO of the Black Wall Street Chamber of Commerce in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I am honored to be here. It was started roughly 6.5 years ago by Sherry Gamble Smith and our only Black city councilor, Vanessa Hall Harper.
Yes.
So we created this organization, and they have just been really focused on empowering the African American community. We're really trying to tackle the racial wealth gap. And how do we make sure that all parts of our community are sort of rising at the same level? So that's been a lot of my focus since I became this role officially in January of this year.
Well, it's a new role for you, but not a new role for you to be an amazing leader in our Tulsa community. And so I know, being a daughter of Tulsa, you've gotten to experience a lot of the good and the not so great parts of our city. And so I think, as most Tulsans, longtime Tulsans know, we've had a checkered past, if you will. And it's good for us to continue to learn and educate ourselves and also help where we can. Yeah. So what do you mostly need from us, from your neighbors?
Oh my gosh, I think a lot of what's necessary right now is the story needs to be told. I still think, despite over 103 years have passed, we're still hesitating to tell the really awful story of what happened on Greenwood.
Right.
Ultimately, 300 business owners, their businesses, their families, everything was destroyed over the course of a couple of days. We just had the commemoration recently.
Right.
And we struggle with reliving and experiencing our community in the same way. That thriving, where the dollar's turning over 19 times in the Black community before it went outside of the community. All of that because of segregation, obviously. But we have an opportunity now to really recreate that sort of community bonding, leveraging each other, and using each other for business in a way that I think is going to be really powerful. And the Chamber's positioned to help do a lot of that work.
And so you touched on it. And so really your focus and your membership, because you're an organization that has members, is that business owners, and what does that look like?
Yeah, I think I think business owners, we typically think everyone just wakes up and starts a business and then they take off.
Yeah.
What I'm finding is we have a lot of people that work 9 to 5 every single day, and then they use their after hours to work on their business.
So maybe their passion piece or
their
something.
Passion piece, or start their LLC or their nonprofit.
Yeah.
So we get a lot of that.
Yeah.
My job is to try to translate that and get people to start to not focus on the 9 to 5 and think about how they can turn their actual passion into their everyday. Right. And usually when you love what you do, it's easier, it's better.
Yeah.
And so we're really tapping in with entrepreneurs who love what they do and that are ready to step away from that corporate 9 to 5 grind, which I'd done many years.
Yeah.
And really step into living and creating their own outcomes for their families and for themselves.
So is education a big piece?
Education is absolutely key.
Okay.
We're educating them on how to take their idea into creating a business plan through our Nest Collective program. So that's one way.
Great.
The other thing is we have a lot of members who are subcontractors working construction who don't see themselves as business owners, but yet they are, because they've been doing this kind of trade work for years. So how do we get them to see themselves as business owners? Yeah. And then how do we provide resources and opportunities for them to bid on projects with the city, with the state, with large construction companies locally? We're really focused on those areas of opportunity.
So what is the mission of your chamber?
The mission of our chamber is to empower economic growth and vitality in the African American community.
I love it.
Period.
I love it. I mean, that tells us exactly what your focus is on.
But we want to do that through just the storytelling. We want to connect to the legacy of Greenwood. It's a very powerful story. And so I think that Greenwood can be anywhere. It need not necessarily be on just that one block.
Right.
we can have the spirit of Greenwood here at 18th in Baltimore, Oklahoma City, and across the nation. So we have a lot of opportunity in that way.
Yeah. So how can those that might be watching help out?
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna look directly in the camera for this one.
Yes, please
Help
do.
is always needed by visiting our website, bwschamber.com, and sign up and become a member. We have individual tiers for those people that are sort of solopreneurs. We have nonprofit tiers for people that have aligning nonprofits that want to support. And then we have corporate tiers for people who work for some of these large Fortune 500 companies here in Tulsa, headquartered, and who want to give in that way as well. We've got some really exciting partnerships. Tulsa Community College is partnering with us. Tulsa Tours is partnering with us. We've got some just exciting community organizations that haven't really been out front before that are coming alongside us and saying, we want to be a part of what you're doing here.
Well, I know with your leadership, there is no way that you can't succeed here, and we appreciate all that you do. Any final words that people need to know or do, or give
Tulsa,
them a call to action?
Let me tell you, Tulsa is growing. We're thriving.
It
and
is.
the African-American community is amongst that group that's really thriving. I'm excited and really positive about what we have coming ahead. And like you said, we cannot lose if we're coming together.
Yeah.
One of my things that I always say in my DEI training is so much more connects us than separates us.
That's right.
And so we welcome you to connect with us here at the Black Wall Street Chamber, because we've got a lot of really exciting things happening for Tulsa and for everyone.
Well, thank you.
Thank you. It's a
we
pleasure.
appreciate it. Tulsa looks good on you.
Thank you so
That's
much.
for sure.